Hi, I'm Dana.
And I'm Matthew.
This is the Nat20 Book Club. Yay.
A
Um, Welcome back. Once again, it has been a minute since we
always.
recorded a video. Partially my bad, mostly my bad, because we were going to do one at the end of 2025, recapping our favorite books of the year. And then I just never scheduled a date for us to record it. So
No,
here we are in February.
it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. But we both recently read a book, and it was because we went on a trip to Seattle
Mm-hmm.
with some friends and your lovely wife to see a concert. And you had read this book on the plane there, so
Yes.
I read it on the plane back to St. Louis. Um, and I have it right here. It doesn't have a jacket on it. It's a hardcover, but it's called Nine Goblins by T. Kingfisher.
Mm-hmm. Also known for like the Sword Heart and Thornhinge.
Hmm.
The their fantasy sci-fi kind of pen name that they go under.
Yeah, yeah. I've read, this would be my third book of hers. I've read Thornhedge. Oh, we read
Mhm.
that one together.
Yes.
And that was another one I think we were going to do a video for, and we just didn't. It's fine.
Minor details.
And then it's like The Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking is the other
Mm,
one I've read, which is a middle grade, technically, I think. Um,
yeah.
but also I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed every book of hers that I've read.
Yeah,
Um,
I've enjoyed the three. I read Sword Heart, I read Thornhinge, read
mhm,
this one now.
mhm.
I think this is a good fantasy author. I've read some short books, some of her longer books. It's great.
Yep, I agree. But this one, it's called Nine Goblins. I will just like point out the cute cover art. This is Matthew's
Yeah,
copy. This is Matthew's copy that is on loan at the moment. Um,
I expect it back in good condition.
I will do my best. Um, but it's about nine goblins. They are part of an infantry unit
Mhm.
in a war that's going on between the goblins and the humans. Um, and it's really, I think, the plot is like it's trying to take a look at war and conflict, violent conflict, in a satirical way.
Sure.
Um, and So it feels lighthearted at times, but it also has a lot of like really good um, messages and deeper meanings in it. So,
Hmm.
what do you think, Matt? Give us your thoughts.
I thought it was good. It is it's a fun take. The idea is that these nine goblins fall through a basically a rip of a portal hole because of a mage,
In
and
the
they
middle of
find
a
them
battle.
in the
Yeah.
middle of a battle. They were fighting this mage. The mage ran away. They fell through the hole, ended up on the other side of battle lines, deep in elven human territory.
Yeah, and that's what actually this says. It says, so what you're saying is we're behind enemy lines, which is like a quote from inside
Yes.
the book. But
So it's
yeah.
really fun because the goblins are described kind of just like, can you imagine the minions, right? It's just like nine minions from the Minions movie, just like,
Nine
and you have
minions, one brain
one,
cell.
they have one brain cell that's like shared between all of them.
Hmm.
Um, there's a teddy bear that gives orders that gets a procedures award.
So
There's
cute.
is there's they spend a not an insignificant amount of time talking about magical creatures and what happens when they poop, at least to what
Well,
happens to the plants around them.
was that the goblins that did that, or was that the elf character?
That was the elf character, but I'm
That's the
talking
elf
about the
character.
book, the story, right?
Okay,
Like,
okay, gotcha, gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
As Dana alluded to, there's one of the main characters that we see is kind of like a B story. Is this elvish character who they say the stereotypical elves love nature, they care with creatures. but there's still someone who's got to be the veterinarian for these creatures, and this is the elf that was in charge of these creatures and nursing them back to life and nursing them to health. And as we all
Mhm.
know, if you ever had surgery or have had pets, they're not exactly the cleanest little creatures all the time, especially when they need extra care. And so we're seeing his perspective, and these goblins stumble upon him, and it's just mischief and all sorts of stuff. It's a fun, lighthearted book.
Yeah, yeah. Until like the last 40 pages.
Yes. Well, yeah,
Which
then it
it's a
goes off a
short
cliff.
book. It's only like 150 pages. But yeah, it gets pretty dark pretty fast.
Yeah.
um but still like has like satire sprinkled in there too.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's basically this um big catastrophe um after they cross or they fall into the portal and they're behind enemy lines and
Mhm.
it's them investigating it, and then, they kind of get caught on the scene, and then they get, oh, they're the enemies, so they're assumed to be the culprits, and,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. But yeah, it was a fun time.
Yes.
Mhm.
100%. I think some of the themes you kind of touched on it. It's kind of like talk about why do you consider someone an enemy? Is it because they're actually your enemy, or is it because some big thing says, some big ultimate government entity says that someone your enemy? You see that the goblins actually make pretty good relations, not just with the elven character, but with some elven officers. Um, you see the discrimination, kind of like Dana was just saying, like how they're assumed to be the culprit, and they're like, "Do you not see the girl who's casting weird magic and eating pancakes in the middle of dead bodies? Like, come on
Mhm.
now, like, why are you blaming us?"
Yep. Yep.
Oh, so while lighthearted and short, I do think it does a good touch of deeper themes. I think this was
Mhm.
also the author's first book
Yeah.
into kind of like this realm away from children's stories and
Yeah,
more towards the
into
adult
adult.
themes.
Yeah. Um, which I read that in the author's note at the end, so I thought that was really really
Mhm.
interesting. I thought like it was a pretty strong debut, really,
Yeah,
into adult literature. Um, and then I know from reading a couple of her other books, like her sense of humor is so um, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like she has, you can tell it's her writing it across her books, right? She has a very
yeah,
strong um, voice, especially when it comes to humor style, which I appreciate. Obviously, humor is subjective, but I enjoyed it. Um,
sure.
but yeah, so it was kind of interesting to see that she's had that humorous voice from the beginning.
Yeah, there's just a good tone, the set from the big get go, that it doesn't take itself too seriously, so you're able to really enjoy it.
Hmm.
But it does if you but it has the bits just because but it has serious moments, has serious conflicts.
Hmm.
We touched on the themes that has like real messages and kind of like give you something to really think about. Um, and like more than just, oh, this is 100 pages, a quick read. I set it down, never going to think about it. Like
Yeah.
you can ponder it, you can have good discussions.
Yeah, and I think like it's only been a week since I finished it, and every once in a while I find myself thinking about the little goblins. Specifically, it's the one with the teddy bear that I like to think about, just because well, like what kind of experiences that goblin had to have the kind of relationship he has with this teddy bear, and then also the fact that the other eight goblins in his unit are like so compassionate about
Yeah.
him and his relationship with the teddy bear. That's just
Yeah.
I think a lot about it. There's a lot of facets to that, really. So,
Yeah.
But
I like to think about the Captain Goblin. I'll think about it as
hmm
like perfect trope of what leadership is. You like the definition of herding cats, and that's
yep,
all that she was doing. She was herding a
yeah,
bunch of cats that happened to be in goblin form.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
very true.
and especially as you get into like work and leadership roles, and you find yourself trying to like lead projects or lead people, and sometimes it can just feel like you just roll with the flow. All right, the bear is the one who gives orders. All right, ask the bear if it's okay to move on. Let's go.
hmm
Bear agrees. Perfect. That's all I needed.
Check to make sure that one guy gets his finger out of his ear.
Hmm. Yeah. Yes.
There is a goblin that just always is sticking his finger in a hole on his body somewhere. Any
Hmm.
hole.
Anyhow,
I don't know. He has no other purpose, really, I don't think, but it's funny.
and that
Silly.
would probably maybe be some of the weakness of the story is that like there was probably four goblins that you really like the story really centered about of these nine goblins. The other ones were just kind
hmm
of
I get,
background goblin
yeah,
A,
yeah.
background goblin B. So it's interesting you called out nine goblins in the title. Maybe could have done more with the nine goblins.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that is probably affected by the page count, right?
Sure.
Um, so it's for the page count that she had, the fact that we got to know, say, like five characters pretty well.
Yeah.
And then also had, like, I'll call them a villainous duo. We'll say it's two of them.
Hmm.
Um, that were also like intriguing and had depth to them as well. So
Sure.
that's what's our count up to eight
Hmm.
characters within 160 pages that you felt you knew fairly well.
Hmm.
I think that's pretty great, but I agree there are nine goblins in the title.
Yes, absolutely. The characters that she does focus on, excellent, right? Like you
Yes.
get enough. It's not like 160 pages. You're not going to get like lores and pages and like deep like meaning backstories for all of them. But I could understand the motivations of each character. I can
Yeah.
see. I could quickly get their perspective. What she did was great.
hmm
It's just interesting. That you call out a specific number. Like it you just wish that maybe you got to see a little bit more, even if not
hmm
like they become main characters, because you don't need a story with 20 main characters, but just
Right.
a touch more about each one.
hmm Yep.
Could have been nice.
But, yeah. Any other thoughts before we give our final rating?
No, I think this was a nice, easy read.
Mhm.
100% would recommend. If you're, especially if you're looking for a nice, cozy fantasy to read and like one or two stints, just take your mind off. You want to read some of the most ridiculous sentences that you'll probably ever read.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd echo that. All right, Matt, do you want to explain our rating system before we give our numbers?
Yes. Yes, I will. This is the Nat20 Book Club. So we rate our books on a scale of 1 through 20. 1 being a critical failure, absolute worst. You throw it away, you burn it, you send it off to your worst enemy. 20 being a critical success, you praise it. It can do anything. It is the holy grail of books. It is a critical success, like how in D&D, a critical one is a failure and a 20 is a critical success. So, Dana, on a scale of 1 through 20, what did this roll for you?
Um, I gave it a 16.
Okay.
Um, if yeah, that's right. Um, so like it's a very solid book.
Hmm.
Um, is it the best book? No, it's a really good book.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's just cute. It's fun. Has some deeper meanings underneath. It was good.
I give it a 14, kind of echoing the
14.
same things. It didn't blow me away by any stretch of the
Mm-hmm.
imagination, but it did get you to think, got you to consider some things outside in its limited page count. So I gave it a 14. Like definitely solid. It's good. Not gonna change your world by any stretch of the
No,
imagination.
no,
It's a
I
fun one to
agree.
have on your shelf for sure.
Yep, yep, I agree. All right. Well, that was our review of Nine Goblins. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more book reviews, and we'll see you soon. Have a Nat 20
Bye.
day. Bye.